All right, all right, all right. Hey, everybody. How you doing? Happy Tuesday. Happy Tuesday to everybody who is at the sound of my voice. Hope you're doing well today. It is a very nice Tuesday. It's Fat Tuesday as well. Yes, it is Fat Tuesday. So we got people down in New Orleans celebrating Mardi Gras, people in the Caribbean, all of my Trinidadian friends. They're celebrating Carnival. So everybody's, freeing up themselves. And that is exactly what Carnival is about. It's about freeing up yourself. All right. You guys come on in here. Get on in here. I want you to get in here. Comment where you're from. I'm going to allow some people some time to get in because we've got some things to talk about. And speaking of freeing up yourself, listen, 2024, people have been freeing up themselves. They have. They've been telling their truth. They're putting it out there. Let me let you know. If you are watching me here on Facebook, what's up, what's up, what's up, what's up? All of my people on YouTube, what's up, what's up? Make sure that you go ahead and subscribe. But I'm asked this question. Is there too much truth? Are we telling too much truth? I know that doesn't sound like it makes sense, but what's going on? Everybody is exposing everything and exposing everybody. Yes, they are. So we've got a conversation to have. Is there such thing as too much truth? Where y'all from? Where y'all from? I'm here in South Carolina. And the truth is, it's a crazy state. You know I ain't lying. That's the truth, and that's my truth. But before we get into the conversation, you know what we got to do, guys? You know what we got to do? What we always do. Got to do a little breath work. And for this conversation, I feel like we're going to need that breath work. Yes, we're going to need it. So I want you to go ahead and prepare. Get ready, let's breathe, and let's have a conversation. What I want you to do is inhale to the count of 4. And we're going to hold it for a few seconds. And then we're going to exhale. And we'll hold that for a few seconds. And we'll repeat that a few times. Now, you can close your eyes if you're in a place that you can do that. I don't want you to do that if you're driving. Don't do that if you're driving. Don't do that if you're actually sitting at the desk. If you got your headpods on and you're taking a listen, we'll vibrate with us and listen. But if you can close your eyes, close your eyes. You want to take it a step further, put your hands over your heart and feel that you are alive. That's you. Let's get into it. Inhale to the count of 4. Hold that a few seconds. Exhale. Hold that a few seconds. Inhale again. Hold that a few seconds. Exhale. One more time. Let's inhale. Hold it a few seconds. And exhale. Yeah. Doesn't that feel great? It feels good. It feels great. It feels spectacular. Happy Tuesday. Happy Tuesday, good people. Happy Carnival. Trinidad and Tobago. Got Precious Pearl in here saying Happy Tuesday, T&T. That's to Trinidad. Happy Mardi Gras to everybody down in New Orleans. Ooh, I love New Orleans. Yes, I do. Yes, I do. Y'all don't know how much I love New Orleans. I love the food. I love the culture. I love Trinidad and Tobago. The culture, the people, the food. I've got family there. Just hello. And I know everybody's having a real good time. So be safe. Have fun. Celebrate a little bit for me. Anybody down there who can eat some bacon, shark for me. Anybody out there who can eat a little doubles for me. Go ahead and do that. Eat some pay loud for a sister. A little callaloo. Woo! Take me back, take me back. I ain't been in a long time. Let me get my phone out the way because somebody, I don't know why people seem to be texting me at this time, but it happens. It happens. But let me say something. I hadn't been in TNT in a long time. I love Trinidad. I love Tobago. This is a very special time of year. So you guys enjoy yourself. Also, this is a very special day. A very, very special day. It's my son's birthday. Yes, it is. It's my son's birthday. All right. So get in these comments. Let's tell the young man happy birthday. I see a lot of people on Facebook been telling him happy birthday all morning. So a lot of those pings could be from that. Matter of fact, let me put this thing on silent. Because that's probably what it was. All right. We got to get Tori in here. I got to get Tori in here and get Tori into this conversation. Tori. Where you at, Tori?
What's up? Can you hear me okay?
I hear you quite well. How you doing?
Amazing.
Mm-hmm.
Happy birthday. Happy birthday. Happy birthday to you. May the Lord bless you with many, many, many more to come. And Brother Fatim celebrated a birthday on yesterday.
All right. Interesting you say Brother Fatim. Happy birthday, Brother Fatim. My nephew celebrated a birthday on yesterday, Joshua. He's why I went to Sundance, actually. I went to the Sundance Film Festival because he was in a film. So his birthday was yesterday. My son's is today. And Brother Fatim is in here saying happy birthday to your awesome son. So thanks a lot, man, and right back at you. Tori.
And happy birthday to Joshua, too. Oh, that's awesome.
Yes, yes, yes. We got a conversation in here today. We got a whole conversation. You understand?
Yes, 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 yes. A whole conversation. Let's get into it. Let's get into this conversation.
Okay.
Let's get into it.
Well, the question is a crazy type of question, but I feel like it's simple enough. But too much truth. Can we be telling too much truth? Are we oversharing? Are we like over feeling? Everybody's speaking out, they're acting out because 2024 just came in with a whole bang and everybody got something to say, you know?
Right.
What we doing?
Well, I think everybody should tell their truth, what how they see fit to tell their truth. And it's for some of us, it's like I said, for some of us, like my speaking about myself, I feel like this is a season of silence for me. So I'm just sitting back with my popcorn while everybody else is telling their truth, just making an observance.
Well, hey, I ain't mad at you. I'm mad at you at all. I see we got Kimberly in the house. She said, checking in with y'all from Puerto Rico. Oh, Puerto Rico. She said, as long as my signal is good, I'm on. Happy to be here. Happy birthday, Ish. Happy belated birthday, Joshua. It ain't too belated because it ain't been more than 24 hours yet. It ain't too late for a brother. So he could sell it. He's still celebrating somewhere because leave it up to Josh and Ish, as a matter of fact. And they'll be getting to your comments sometime later in the week anyway.
What's up, Kimberly?
Yeah. I see we got Precious Pearl here. She said, happy birthday to the sunshine. You know what? Precious Pearl, help me out. Because Precious Pearl, I could think that you might be a woman or you could be a man. I'm not sure. Precious Pearl, where we coming from? The masculine, the feminine? Where you at? Because I don't want to be saying, he said, she said, and I'm saying the wrong thing. So help a sister out, Precious Pearl. All right, Tori. You know what started all of this, right?
The last interview?
Well, the last
No,
interview,
Cat Williams interview.
Cat Williams,
Yeah,
Unc, they call him Unc, Shay Shay out here, he.
yeah.
What do you, let me ask you this question first. What do you think about Shannon Sharp's Club Shay Shay podcast?
I I haven't watched the Cat Williams. I watched part of Monique. I watched Country Wayne. I watched that one. and I want to go back and watch the one he did with Usher. I hadn't had a chance to watch it yet,
Hmm.
but I actually like it. Well, from what I've seen, I like it because
Right.
he can't control what when people come on the podcast. He can't control what they're going to say. And
Absolutely
I
not.
watched it, and I watched the previous episode when Tabitha Brown was on as well.
Okay.
Yeah, so yeah, I think it's pretty cool.
Yeah, so do I. I mean, I'm hearing people out here in these internet streets, comparing him to Wendy Williams, and I'm like, I'm trying to figure out like why they're making that comparison because it's not the same thing. I really don't think that. And in terms of the way that he sets up his interviews and it's very conversational. He allows people to talk. He it's an incredible thing to be able to get people to feel comfortable enough to talk, and to do that is a very awesome talent because you've got to be a great listener, you know. You
Absolutely.
really do.
Now,
So go ahead.
I'm trying to figure out why they're comparing him to Wendy Williams.
I, that's what I'm saying because I personally don't understand that either. I think they're saying because it gets messy, but like you just said, he has no control over what people share, you know?
Right, right.
So, you know.
Yeah. Cause like some of the comments. I mean, when I watched part of, I didn't watch the whole interview, but I watched part of the interview with Monique. And there were some times where I feel like he was like, "Oh Lord, where Monique going?" And he was trying to pull her back in, and Monique was like, Shay, you scared? I ain't scared." So I think sometimes if you feel like they're gonna go to the left, you try to pull them back in, but they like, "Listen, I'm gonna tell my truth."
Yeah. And then you've got to understand someone like Monique who very much has her agenda per se, so she knows what she wants to do, she knows what she wants to say. So
Yeah,
she's there and she's going to get all of that off, you know what I mean?
yeah, yeah.
But just in respect to Kat and in respect to Monique and a few other things that have been going on in these internet streets, a lot of the industry is being exposed. A lot of people are being called out for their
Hmm.
wrongdoing. Like all of the wrongdoers are being called out.
Yeah,
And that's really interesting, you know?
yeah, it is.
And see, we got Reggie Scales here. He said, "This is the age of consciousness, awareness, information, and truth. Positively, there isn't a such thing as too much truth. Maybe timing, but truth is growth, and it may hurt."
That's good, Reggie. I actually was thinking about that. I'm thinking about the truth is growth. Um, and it is gonna hurt some folks, but it is what it is.
Hmm. Hmm.
And that's why I tell people all the time, like even in previous relationships, I said, tell me the truth. I know it may hurt me, but tell me the truth. And
Absolutely.
if you tell me the truth, then I can make a decision whether I continue the relationship. But don't have me out here looking stupid.
Exactly. I see we got Kimberly in here with a comment. She said, "On Shay's podcast, I enjoy it. I think he interviews well and listen and ask good questions. I'm hearing people call him messy, and I don't agree."
Neither do I, Kimberly. I neither do I because he asked questions, and like I was saying earlier, if he feels it's going to the left, he'll try to will people back in, but he can't control what they're going to say, and he
No.
doesn't know what they're going to say. And sometimes I noticed that when one of the questions, I forgot what the question was, but he asked Monique, but it went to another went a different direction, and so he asked her a different question to try to kind of change the subject a little bit. So I don't think he's messy at all. I totally agree with you, Kimberly. I don't think he's messy at all. It's just that the guests that he's having on lately, they're telling their truth, and that people making it appear messy, but it's their truth.
Right. Right. We got Brother Fatim here. He says, "I like Shannon Sharp's Shay Shay podcast. As you stated, Miss Tanya, he allows folks to talk. They compare him to Wendy Williams because Wendy was never to ask the hard, tough, or taboo questions to celebrities." Okay, I got you. And I see Kimberly has a comment here. She says, "Shay's approach is what Tanya said, conversational. He doesn't come from a gossip point of view. He just gives them a chance to share their experience. The realness of it is seeing him be bashful or embarrassed, but still letting the guests do their thing. Yeah, I agree with that. And I also see we've got Brother Vateen chiming in here again. He says, now, if folks are speaking truth and exposing people doing wrong to others, black or white, then so be it. Remember, what is done in the dark shall come to the light. And that's what
Absolutely.
everybody's saying.
Yeah. Yeah. Absolutely.
That's what
And it's their
everybody's saying.
truth.
But
And they got receipts.
they got receipts,
Mm-hmm.
especially Monique. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
Monique has recorded conversations.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Yep. Yep.
So you can't run. You can't run from what you said when people are hearing you say it.
Right. Right. I
So I
was like,
mean,
oh my goodness.
yeah. And in fact, we're kind of flip flop around through this, but and I don't want to share any videos because I don't need to share any videos. People who are interested in watching videos or hearing what is said, do your own search. Scroll in these internet streets and find it. But I ran across a TikTok that Monique's older son did. And did you hear him?
No, I didn't.
Okay. Well, her she and her older son have an estranged relationship. And I guess he just kind of wanted to do his thing and kind of reveal his own truth of sorts. And he did it in a very mild manner type of way. He wasn't aggressive about it. He just basically kind of talked about their relationship being strange. He didn't really divulge any details, anything that we couldn't take from what she had said. The only thing that he kind of disagreed with and wanted her to stop putting out there is that she was trying to mend the relationship, because from his point of view and from what I heard him saying, he doesn't feel like, and he also equally said neither of them are trying to repair the relationship. So yeah, he's out here saying his little thing. It wasn't very long. It was a TikTok. I don't know how many minutes it was, like less than 10, but he's out here. So my thing is this. Like, at what point are we oversharing? Because Reggie did say there's no such thing as too much truth. And I agree, but we've got to ask this question. We're just getting stuff from everybody. Everybody's got stuff they want to expose. So that's what I'm saying. Is it too much? Have we had enough, or are we going to become numb to hearing the truth now because everybody's coming out with stuff?
No, not really. I guess for me personally, I don't see where it would be too much. I mean, certain things, if I don't want to watch it, I'm not going to watch it. When I'm on social media, if it's something that I'm not interested in, I do know how to keep scrolling. So, how do you determine if it's too much if you're continuing to watch it? Because I know for me, if I don't, like I said, if I don't want to entertain it, then I won't. There's a lot of stuff that I just keep scrolling on,
I
like,
got you.
because like I didn't know about the what you talked about, the TikTok. And I'm not on Tik. There's one time I used to be on TikTok all the time, but I'm not on TikTok or any type of social media platform a lot lately for some reason. But
Okay.
that's why I miss it. That's why sometimes you be telling you ask Tori, what you, girl, I don't even know because I didn't see it.
Yeah. Yeah. And
But I
and
don't think the
likewise.
answer your question. But the answer your question, I don't think is it. I don't think it can never be too much truth, and
Mhm.
people have to share what they're comfortable with sharing.
Okay, that they do, because it takes a while. I mean, and you can't tell people how to grieve. You can't tell people how hurt they can be. You can't tell them how to cope with their traumas. But my thing is this: at some point, We want to be able to not be crippled by these things. We you know what I mean?
Mhm.
We want to be able to I won't say put them out of our lives because you don't do that, but I really think that's what we don't want to be crippled by it. It shouldn't be in the forefront of our mind and in our lives, in our everyday lives. Like, so at what point are are we forgiving people, and at what point are we moving on?
Mm. Ooh, that's something. Now, did you hear? Because that was one of the other things. Did you hear about the Okay, you know the Breakfast Club with
Hmm.
Charlemagne the God. He does this thing called the Donkey of the Day.
Oh, yeah.
And a few years ago, he did Monique,
Monique.
the Donkey of the Day, when she had the issue and she was going back and forth with Netflix, and he made her Donkey of the Day. And the reason why I bring that up, because you just asked the question, you just posed the question, at what point do you forgive people? And Charlemagne just apologized to Monique a couple of days ago because he said if she's still talking about it, then obviously she may be still hurt from it.
Right.
So he was man enough to apologize to
Hmm.
her a few days ago, and I thought that was amazing. Some people were in the comment like, "It's too late," because it happened 6 years ago. But at the fact of the matter is, he still apologized. It's never too late for an
Right.
apology, I feel.
I
But
agree.
he felt like he owed her an apology, and so he did so. And her husband actually was responded to his apology, and it was actually grateful for him apologizing because he didn't have to apologize, but
Hmm.
he admitted that he was wrong and he should have just minded his business. So I think if you have any type of conscience and you know you hurt someone, I feel as though you should apologize, no matter how much time has passed. Now, that person, it's up to that person. They may or not forgive you, but you still should apologize if you've done your part. Because I know there's situations where I know that I probably, may have did something wrong. And I apologize. And then there's cases where I apologize when I'm the one that needed an apology. But
Right.
I don't think we should put um a time frame or,
Yeah.
because like I said, it was 6 years and she still was probably hurting from it. So he felt compelled to apologize. So I'm glad he did that.
Yeah, that was pretty cool, but not but. And there's going to be times when you're not going to get an apology.
Yes.
There are people who are not going to apologize.
Yes.
They're
Yes.
not even going to communicate with you at all. They're going to break away all the communication
Mhm.
and all of
Yeah.
that. So if you are still living with that grief and you're still coping with that trauma, and an apology is your only method to walk into healing, you might not get that.
Yeah.
So how are you going to cope with that? You might not get it. You have to be well with knowing that I'm not going to get an apology. This person is not sorry. Or they could be just that sorry, if you understand what I'm saying,
Mhm.
right?
Yeah. Yeah. Because I know you have to be okay with the apology that you never received. And then you also have to realize, I know for me personally, there's people that I had to disconnect from knowing that I would never get an apology. But I also had to do what was necessary for me, whether it's that unfriend them, unfollow them, block them, or whatever that I had to do. That's for me. But
Right.
that doesn't mean, for me personally, I'm only speaking for Tori. That doesn't mean I don't forgive that person, but I don't have necessarily have to reconnect with that person. I
Hmm.
forgive you, even though you never apologized. I still forgave you, but I don't ever want to reconnect with you, if that
Right.
makes sense.
Yeah, I get you. I get you. I feel like within grace,
Mm-hmm.
within having a grace period, and within being graceful and giving grace by people and just grace itself, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's my hope that people learn from their mistakes and that they do have an opportunity to apologize, that they do have an opportunity to forgive and to move on. But like you say, we know that you've got to be well with knowing that I might not get this. And you need to be realistic about that too. You really do. Because your healing should not depend upon someone apologizing to you. Because
Right.
guess what? That same apology does not change the act. Now, I
Right.
know that you want some acknowledgement from this person that they did it, but I want to say this. When someone has done something to you that is so traumatic, right?
Mm-hmm.
The way you are walking with that and the way that you know that, I have to believe, and I tell myself this, that they know that too. And perhaps it bothers them so much that it has crippled them into a silence, perhaps. Now, that's just I don't think necessarily that that is a truth for a majority of people, but I just think that that is a possibility. That is one thing that could be a truth. You know what I
Mm-hmm.
mean? Because
Yes.
everybody's not going to do the right thing. And let's be honest too. Let's all just be adults. Let's all be big people, right? Because everybody is good to somebody. And if we're really going to be telling this truth out here, everybody has been bad to somebody. And you know that. You know that you have done something wrong to someone. It was not right. You know that there's someone that you have not apologized to someone for some act. It is true. You know that. Now, we're not weighing people's act on a scale and saying, well, your act is worse than mine or yours was more hurtful than mine. I mean, from the smallest, whatever it could be, whatever magnitude, however. But that is true. You have done some ish in your life. Are we being real about that?
Absolutely. We all have done something, whether it be intentional or unintentional. We have
Mm-hmm.
all done something to hurt someone.
Right.
Yeah.
Absolutely. So when we're seeing these people out here who are we don't understand why they're not apologizing. Well, listen, I don't say it makes it right. I certainly don't. But everybody experiences that,
Mm-hmm.
you know? The biggest
Yeah.
thing that I take from this, and particularly from the way Hollywood and the industry is exposing a lot of things, is because of predatory acts. Because we've got young people who are going out to Hollywood, they're going out to New York, you know, they're chasing these dreams. And we even have children and child actors, you know?
Yeah.
And I feel like it's fair for us to know who needs to be looked out for, who you need to watch out for. Fashion, all of that. I remember my days in New York. I was told who to look out for, to be careful, you know, watch out for this person, be careful around this person XYZ. And it's some of the same people that we're seeing exposed now. So it's like people know. People know this. It's just like the industry is small. It's very, very small. Everybody knows everybody. When you're invited, if you're in fashion, music, sports, acting, all of these people are in the same environment in terms of social networking and partying and things of that nature. So all of those people from those particular industries are always particularly going to, you know, you're going to be in some of the same rooms, some of the same clubs, some of the same restaurants and things like that. And so you know a little bit of something. People are warning you. So like, you know, and I'm talking about the 90s when I was there, you know, you need to
Right.
know this thing. Now, now that the public is finding out, you know, that some of their heroes are not some of the best people, they're surprised. But I got to tell you something. I was surprised, you know, as someone who entered through fashion, and when I met some people that you know, I liked or quote unquote kind of looked up to, and when I realized that they were not good people, It was a bit of a shocker. It was a culture shock, but it made me see how real life was. I was like, okay, well, these are people too. People in this industry can be full of it, and not just full of themselves, but full of it, and they doing some BS, in this world too. So, I learned that like very quickly when I lived in New York. All right, I see we got Reggie here. He says, just the timing is wrong of truth. Truth's supposed to be positive, not negative. Uh, what is it supposed to be? Polarity in truth.
Plurality.
In truth, don't use it negatively. Well, plurality, plurality. I can't even pronounce that properly. But let me just say this. This is how I feel about this. Um, I don't know. I don't know if there could be a wrong time necessarily for the truth, because we've been kind of talking about this. You've got people who've been dealing with things, and particularly when it's very traumatic, you can't tell a person how to grieve or how to cope, and it takes them a while to even cope with it themselves. So they haven't even dealt with it, so they really can't have, or they're not having the conversations around it. And I don't know if I agree that the truth has to be positive. It doesn't have to be positive. There are some negative things, truths that you need to know, and it is for your safety. So,
Right.
yeah,
I'm just
we
sitting here when Reggie says about, like you said, it's not going to be positive all the time, because with situations where there are predators, sexual predators, and they are exposed, I don't know how you can make that positive.
right,
And it actually needs to be revealed so that other people are not affected by this person.
right. Now, the part, and I get what he's trying to say, but we still kind of have to be careful with our words here.
Mm-hmm.
He says, don't use it negatively. I can agree with that. I mean, it appears a little bit that some people could quote unquote look like they're trying to weaponize their truth or calling someone out. You know, we can kind of say that, but other than that, I just don't think that. I just don't agree with that, because the truth can hurt. I mean, he even said it himself in one of his earlier comments that, the truth does hurt, and that's not a positive thing. I see we got Kimberly here. She said, also amazing is Monique confronting him after the situation. I think she's talking about Charlemagne here. I don't agree with everything she says or her stance every time, but the fact that she's willing to confront it all says a lot about her. Her truth has cost her a lot. Most people wouldn't be willing to do this. She's right.
Absolutely. I agree totally. She
Mm-hmm.
doesn't care. She said, I'm always going to be the person that wants to do the right thing. She doesn't matter what it costs her. She going to stand on her truth and, you know, have integrity. She said, I want to always be on the side of doing right. You got to do right by people. So yeah, I
Right.
totally agree with Kim said.
Mm-hmm. And you're right. And like I said, some of us, we still got to be big about it, because
Yeah.
for the people that she is confronting, and
Hmm.
she is human, just like all of us are human. We have been hurt, we have been damaged by people, and there are people that we have damaged, intentionally or not, because we cannot tell them how to feel or perceive the hurt that they're having. And I say this as it relates to her older son, because that's an issue where her truth and his truth are at a conflict, you know.
Yes.
I see Precious Pearl here. I got you, girl. Precious Pearl let me know who she was. Okay, I thought so, But then something in my mind was like, don't assume, don't assume. Because see, you don't have a picture up. You just got that P right there. You need to put an avatar up there. But then I can't tell you, the truth is, if you don't want your picture up there, you don't have to have it. It's all good. But Precious Pearl says, what's your why when sharing a particular truth? Oh, that's good, Tori.
It is.
She said, what's your why when sharing a particular truth? Is it to forward others? Is it for revenge? Is it for self-defense? Ooh, that's good.
That's real good.
That's good. Exactly. And that's where I was kind of going with, like, some people seem like they could weaponize their truth, like they're being vengeful, or they're really trying to hurt another person. They've been hurt, and the saying goes, hurt people hurt people. We know this. And that's where they are. Woo.
That was good.
That's a real
That was
good one.
good. Because there are situations, as far as my personal experience, where truth was told, but you're telling a truth that was happened when I'm 47, and you talking about something that happened when I was 14. What's the point of you telling something like that now? Like,
Ooh.
why? And this particular person was doing it in revenge. So I was like, okay, all right, I get it.
Yeah.
We are different people. We were in high
I mean,
school.
a kid. A
Right.
kid.
Yeah. Right.
Brain not even scientifically, your brain is not even fully developed biologically speaking, you
Yeah.
know?
So I was like, wow.
Some of those, and that's what life is as well. I mean, we're going to do
Mm-hmm.
things, and you got to learn. Some things you don't even know are wrong until you realize, like, hey, you got to be out in this world and be among other people and figure out, there's some stuff that ain't supposed to be going on.
Right.
You know?
Right. Right.
I see Kimberly here. She says, what's your why? Love this. You and only you know your why. That was a word. I agree.
It was.
I
It
agree.
was.
What
It
is your
was.
why? Why are you telling this truth? Why? Is it vengeful? Is it going to help someone else out? Is it for self defense? What is that? Because I certainly know, and a lot of us who have family and friendship or relationship type of hurts and wounds, a lot of the times, you can come back at a person in a way that is not even beneficial. It's not useful to you, you know. So you put some truths out there, or you put your mouth, you got your mouth on them, and you don't really need to. That's why some things, in some situations, I feel like you got to let that thing go. You do.
Right.
And some things you should expose. There were a lot of things that I listened to Monique call out, things that were done to her, and I'm sure she wasn't the only one, but she was brave enough. She was bold enough to speak out against some people that a lot of people wouldn't do, because those people were just so powerful. And then too, how do we feel hearing things about people who are that are like really big in our community, big, they're some people's heroes. How do you feel hearing about some of their wrongdoings?
Oh, there's one in particular she called, and I was like, oh, I didn't know how, to be honest with you. I didn't know how to feel. To be honest with you, because certain people, you just don't expect them to be that way, and when people can possibly be portraying an image that they're not, it's not good.
It's not. I see we got Isaac in the house with us. Isaac says, hey, y'all, what we chatting about? Isaac, we are chatting about truth. Is there too much truth? Are people telling too much truth? People who are calling out wrongdoing and wrongdoers. Is it like a truth overload going on right now? people are oversharing, overfeeling. Are they speaking out or acting out? And of course, just a year, 2024, Cat Williams, Club Shay Shay, Monique, they're coming out, they're exposing a lot of things. And not just them, but these are very polarizing right now. Our attention spans are short. So these are the more recent, and these are ones that caught a lot more attention than anything else has on the internet, to be honest. So that's what we're talking about. And
Right. And what's up, Isaac? What is your take on, is there too much truth being told? And also, Tanya, did you hear, now this is something I heard yesterday, scrolling on TikTok, about the controversy with um Michael Epps and Shannon Sharp?
yeah, yeah. Now listen,
I was like,
that
wow.
is going too far. We talking about some men in their 50s. Like, you know what? Now y'all getting too petty, and this is too silly. You about to make me say, listen. How they want to fight? How you in your 50s and beefing? Neither one of y'all are rappers. What in the world?
I was like, okay.
What in the world?
And that was a bit much for me. So I listened. I said, hold on, let me keep scrolling.
Isn't that ridiculous?
It is, it is. I was like, okay, yeah. Yeah,
How
this is like elementary.
how does it get that far? How grown?
Yeah.
How you beefing? How you beefing? Like people just calling people out. I'm like, okay. And I know some of y'all in your lives, there's some people that you could definitely call out, but you're not gonna be on Club Shay Shay. You not. And I don't know who is listening to it, like your little friend group or your town or your city or your neighborhood. I don't know. But you gotta be careful, because if you looking at two grown men, established men in their respective careers and industry, could actually be doing a little beef, that's funny. But also because it is Hollywood, just in the back of my mind, I think that's very interesting, because I wouldn't be surprised if Mike Epps showed up on Shannon Sharp on Club Shay Shay. So it could be a little pre-rollout. It definitely, if they're really trying to break the internet like they know, like they have been doing, I know that Shannon is smart enough for that, and I also equally know that Mike would do the same thing as comedian. He watched Cat Williams do it. He watched Monique do it. And so now, how is he gonna make people come watch this by the millions and millions and millions? The beef. Now, I don't know. But I just have a media marketing mindset. So that's my thought too.
Yeah. I was like, what? It was a
It's
bit much for me yesterday.
it's crazy, but it would work, you know?
Yeah.
It would
Yeah.
work. Uh-oh. Isaac says it is. They are sitting down all-star weekend to chat. Well, there you go. So they're going to make people watch. I mean, Shannon is breaking the internet like nobody has. Like that nobody has. He got it. I see we got
Yeah.
Isaac here. He said, I think it depends on what the truth is costing you. If it's costing you nothing, then leave it alone. If it's costing you your name, the ability to make money, and or your mental, then tell your truth. There's been a lot of non-truth that has been led to Black community trauma. Yeah,
That's good. That's
yeah,
good.
I agree with you, man.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And at what point, when it comes to you protecting your name, at what point do you remain silent? As
Hmm.
far as, what I mean by that is, you don't chase a lie. Like, it's not true, but do you chase a lie? Do you defend yourself? At what point do you not say anything? You just let people believe what they want to believe.
I think it depends on the situation and how in how you individually feel about it, because there have been things that I have allowed people to think. I've allowed certain things to go unchecked. Number one, because I knew the truth.
Mm-hmm.
And I felt like if it meant so much to this person to lie or to be misleading, I'm going to allow that, because the people and persons who are closest to me and who really know me, if they know my truth, what people who don't know me, I'm not going to be so concerned about it. But Isaac did bring something up, with his comment. He said, if it's not costing you anything, like in terms of your name or your
Mm-hmm.
ability to make money or your mental, which almost sounds like everything,
Yeah.
then you let it go.
Yeah.
But there have been some things that I absolutely just let go, because I want to go back to what we were saying, like you might not get that apology, and you have to think about, well, this person did this to you, but they know that they did it too. So let them live with that. Let them take that with them. Let whatever comfort or discomfort they have around it or about it, I'm not even gonna worry about it. I'm gonna let them deal with that. Cause you got some people out here who will take some stuff to their graves. And then you got some people who will wait until they're on their deathbed to have the audacity to want to apologize to you. And I'm not letting anybody apologize to me on their deathbed. I refuse.
Yeah.
You're not going to get that. I'm not going to let you apologize to me on your deathbed. So anybody out there who thinking they want to apologize, watch what happen. You're going to take that to death with you.
Oh my goodness.
You wanted to take it to the grave, you're going right on there with it. Right on with it.
Man.
I
Yeah.
can't, because as a person, well, for me, just my personality, because I'm a person who is willing to listen. I'm a person that you can talk to. Now, I'm not saying that I'm not going to be upset. I'm not saying that I'm a person who doesn't get angry, of course. And if we've had some type of, if their relationship is estranged, then obviously something is going on. But I still am a person that you can talk to. I can hear and I can communicate. I am an adult. Even when I was a child, I'm listening. So you can talk to me. You're not getting ready to you won't float out. If you hold it that long, take it with you. See, we got Precious Pearl. Okay, Precious Pearl, don't put a picture up. Come on, Precious Pearl.
What up, Precious Pearl?
Hey, lady, how you doing?
I see you.
Precious Pearl said Michael Epps already said he was looking for publicity after Cat let the cats out the bag, but didn't mention him. Well, he gonna say what he got to say on his own. I see Isaac here. He says, Tori, when the lie costs you nothing, let people think what they want. Now, when the lies start costing you opportunities and costing you to lose out on things, then address it. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I see the human chapter in here. The human chapter says, why? Why what? Help me out, human chapter. Why what? I did notice that you had the little symbol. And I imagine that is because, the topic of the conversation is like, is too much truth? Like, is there too much truth? Are we doing that? Are we calling out wrongdoers wrongdoing? Or are we going too far? Or are we just saturated with everybody sharing their traumas with us? How do we feel about some of our heroes and people that we look up to, people who are just genius business people, genius in the industry? How do we feel about knowing some of their shortcomings? How do we feel? And to me, I'm going to say, well, hey, guess what? Now you see that they're people too. They're people
Absolutely.
too.
Absolutely.
They're making mistakes out here just like you too. Just like that
Yeah.
wrong thing that you've done that you've got tucked away somewhere in the back of your mind. and there's a person that you didn't apologize to. And I want to say this too: you've had a period of grace, and the
Mm.
thing about it is, you don't know how long that grace is going to last. So if you've got an opportunity to apologize, if you've got an opportunity to make some type of amends, I would encourage you to do that, because you're seeing how people are still hurt after so many years. You're watching how it has traumatized them. You're watching how they're revealing their truth. So if you've been granted some grace, let me just say that that grace doesn't necessarily last forever.
Yes,
So
sir. That
work,
grace runs out. And I
yeah,
was sitting here thinking what Isaac says, like, Tori, if it's not costing you anything, missing opportunities. And it has cost me some opportunities, but I still chose not to say things. And I'm just sitting here thinking too, if I would if I would tell some truth about some things, then it would cost people opportunities. And me being the person that I am, I chose not to say anything because I don't want people to miss out on their opportunities. So I chose silence.
right.
And even though they said some things that made me miss opportunities, I still chose silence in both instances.
You just chose
So
to be you chose to be a bigger person. And I almost hesitated to say that, because we hear that, and sometimes I wonder, like, does that make us a bigger person, or does that make us so holier than thou, us so righteous, us right, and them wronged and damned even more than the act that they you know did against us. So I want to take a little bit of the arrogance out of that, but we've been taught that. You know what I mean? I see
yeah,
the human chapter here. He says, "Why won't you allow someone to tell you something before he passes on?" Because I find it to be so cowardly. I just feel like within your good mind and your good space and your good health, you weren't willing to have a good conversation with me, and you wait until you're on your deathbed to want to tell me something. I'd rather not hear it. I'd rather not hear it.
hmm,
And I don't think that makes me wrong or right, but I just don't. I just think that's like a coward move.
hmm,
I'd rather not. You held it that long. Go ahead and keep it. Go ahead and keep it. Like sometimes that person that borrow some money from you and they'll never pay you back. They take loan. They know they owe you the money, right?
yeah,
Right.
yeah,
They don't never talk about paying you back. Go ahead and keep it.
yeah, yeah,
Keep that. Keep
yeah,
that apology. Keep that,
yeah,
because I'm gonna be all right.
yeah,
I'm gonna be all right. The
right,
most I can think, and the most that I could give to a person in that situation, is allowing them to know that I'm all right. Cause I'm not a person who, I'm not gonna walk with something and hold it. I'm not. I'm gonna try to find my healthy stance on it. Like, it might rear its head a little bit and piss me off for a little bit, and then I want to find a way to take it off my mind. There must be something better for me to do in the day. There must be something positive that I can do in the day that could take me off of this. And sometimes when it happens, I mean, it's okay to feel what we're feeling. And
right,
sometimes, you feel it and you ask yourself, well, why did this come to me today? Like, what should I be thinking about? Like, what do I need to concentrate on here? So it's okay. We're human. I see we
right.
got Ayo in the house. Ayo said, get what? Get that to your tea. Okay. All right.
What's up, Ayo?
Got a poet in the house. Writer, author, orator. I see we got Brother Patine with another comment here. He said, but they are telling you on their deathbed for themselves, a way to clear their own open. Woo, Brother Patine, why you had to, Brother Patine,
That's what I was thinking, but I ain't wanting to go back and forth with you today. But thank you, Brother Patina.
Brother Patine. I feel like at that point, you need to go ahead and take that to God, because I ain't got no heaven or hell to put you in. You done held
But
it that long. Talk to God about that now. You ain't
but
even giving me enough time to eat. Nah, bruh.
but
Sis, cuz.
but listen, sometimes some people don't realize until they're on their deathbed that they have to make their wrongs right. Some people, it takes them being on their deathbed, and sometimes their deathbed is the consequences of the things that they've done wrong in their life, and they're trying to make it right before they leave this earth.
Mm. Whew. Come on, the human chapter. He said, even if that information might be helpful, human chapter. Even if that information might be helpful. And I'm not talking about something that I can imagine. This is something that I've experienced. This is something that I know. And it could have been helpful. But no. No. And I'm not saying I can't change my mind.
Okay.
But that's where I am right now. I don't want to say never, but I
Okay, good.
feel like never. But never.
Okay. Respect.
Ayo up here laughing. Ain't nothing funny. And you know what I'm talking about too. Mm-hmm. Let the church say amen. Let the church say amen.
Amen.
God bless the dead and all their secrets.
Oh my
Do
goodness.
y'all
Pass
know how many
the plate.
secrets in graves? Don't act like I'm the only one.
No, you're not the only one.
And
You're not the
think
only
about
one.
this too. What about if the person can't get to the person's bedside? They got to take it with them.
Well, you know what? Some people, here's another option that people choose to do. Some people that they know they're going to transition and they know that person may not be at their bedside, some choose to make a video. If you're watching this, then that must have mean that I've transitioned. And I wanted you to know that I've seen
Funk
that.
you and your video.
Now, see,
Get the funk on out of my face.
oh
Get
my
the
God.
funk on out of my face.
Ah,
I see
so,
Isaac. He said, Tonya, I feel you. Don't guilt apologize. Thank you, Isaac. I need somebody to understand where I'm coming from. Put this in a word this in a way for me. Let me read this. Let me take my time. Tonya, I feel you. Don't guilt apologize. Apologize when things are healthy and good. You can't hurt me and go through life all good, then when you clock out, now you want to apologize. Nah. Why you
so
want to
you
do
just
me
gonna
like that?
co-sign?
Thank you very much. It can't be just me. I ain't out here on an island by myself.
Oh my goodness. Okay, Isaac. Okay. All right.
I see Precious Pearls. You said, but they are on their deathbed. You are not on their deathbed. Stand in your truth. Come on, Precious Pearl. Heal the world. Make it a better place.
Oh my goodness.
For you and for me. Take that right on to your grave. All right.
You know what? Oh my goodness. Lord have mercy.
That's all I'm saying. All right, y'all. I don't know. Tori, we've had a conversation here.
Yes. Yeah, I see you laughing, Isaac. You co-sign. Oh goodness, Lord have mercy.
We have. We got
Lord.
comments. I was getting ready to wrap this thing up, but comments coming on in here. I see we got Manya McCall George in the house. How you doing, Manya?
Hi, Maya.
Good to have you. Even though you waited, because I'm gonna tell this truth. This right here is the truth. Even though you waited like 20 seconds before the show was supposed to end, thank you. So I hope you'll go back and hit that replay, or maybe you're just deciding to make a comment. But I don't get that impression because you said hello. She says, "Hello, everyone. I'm just cooking in the room. I'm just coming in the room late. I just like to add that I have been hurt and disappointed, but I've never felt the need to want to get someone back because vengeance doesn't belong to me. Because karma has a way of giving the right measurements of get back."
Now that I agree. I agree. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
I agree.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I agree with you. That's what
Hmm.
it is. That's what it is. We got a little quote here. We gonna put up. Let me make sure it's the right quote. All right.
Okay. The truth will set you free, but not until it is finished with you. David Foster Wallace. Oh, I like that. The truth will set you free, but not until it's finished with you. And I heard and I saw this on social media, yes, a couple years ago, where it said the lie will be all around the world while the truth is still putting on its shoes.
I've heard that one too.
I was
Yeah.
like, wow.
Exactly. Exactly. I agree.
Well,
All right, y'all. Like we say, you can't tell people how to feel. You
yeah.
cannot. In the same way, people are exposing and telling their truths. We got to understand that you have your individual truth. The other
Hmm.
person has their truth and their view. And then somewhere in between there might be the true truth. The true
Right.
truth. But
Right. Right.
I don't know how much more of other people's truth I can take right now, to be honest, though.
I would just say for you guys to just tell your truth in your own special way, in your own timing, and expose whatever you need to expose. But make sure, like, I can't remember who said it. I think it was Precious Pearl, where she said the why, revenge, and what was the other one, Tanya?
Let me bring that. Let me find. Let me scroll through here and see if I can find where Precious Pearl said it, because she dropped a gem on us.
Yes, the why
Here,
you're the
here it
why.
is.
Okay, it's what's your why when sharing a particular truth? Is it is it to forward others? Is that to forewarn others? And is it for revenge? Is it for self-defense? I would say definitely know your why. But if it's to seek revenge, I would say let it go. Let it go and move on. And
Hmm.
self-defense, that's another one too. If you have to expose truth to defend yourself, I would say expose it as well. But you have to know exactly what your why is.
Yeah. Like in those cases where we're talking about predatory actions, I feel like that is a truth that should definitely be shared,
Yes, yes,
because
yes.
you're there's just so many other people that are being put in harm's way and end up in rooms and spaces that are dangerous to them and for them, that if they just had a little warning, it
Right.
could have saved them from being traumatized. So that's how I feel about that. But if it's something, if you decide that it is something that you can take, then handle your business and deal with that person accordingly. You know.
Right. Right.
All right, y'all. All right.
Well, all right, y'all. It's been another one. And like I said, I'm going to let people say what they feel and do what they feel. And I'm going to let people think what they want to think about me because I know the truth. So it doesn't matter what you say. It don't matter. But like I said, you guys tell your truth, do whatever you have to do for yourself. At the end of the day, you have to be true to who you are as a person. You guys enjoy the remainder of your Tuesday. And once again, happy birthday to Tanya's the favorite son. And I can't remember who else celebrating a birthday today, but definitely
Yeah.
make sure you tell Tell my nephew I say happy birthday. Enjoy. Make sure you spoil him today. But you're such an amazing mom. So I know he's gonna have an amazing day today. But happy birthday to the favorite son.
All right, all right, all right. Always good talking to you, Tori. And guys, that's it. And this is the truth of the matter. I don't have nothing else to say. I think we need to go ahead and just breathe this on out. Make sure you take this little bit of time for yourself. Get yourself, center yourself, get back into a good headspace. And maybe you are in a good headspace, stay there for as long as you can. Because at any moment, someone could just come and just piss you off. So you know what I say? Breathe. Let's do some breath work. Inhale to the count of 4. Hold that a few seconds. Exhale. Hold that a few seconds. Inhale again. Hold a few seconds. Exhale. And hold that a few seconds. Inhale one more time. Hold a few seconds. And exhale. Yeah. So don't you feel great? I feel great. I appreciate you guys. And if nobody gave you a smile today, if nobody smiled today, you just close your eyes and give yourself a big smile and see how that feels for you. All right? Y'all be great out here. That's what we do. One love, y'all.